right, so today is September 8th. It is the first day of the first week of Suicide Prevention Week. For the whole month of September, it's actually suicide awareness, suicide prevention. However you want to talk about it. I did a Facebook fundraiser. You know, that went fairly well for my birthday fundraiser. And you know, I'm not coming from a clinician standpoint. I'm not a clinician. I don't have any initials after my name. Anything I speak of for the next 7 days video series is coming from personal experience, thoughts, my own opinions. But I've never called a helpline. For those of you who are in need, definitely that's a resource out there. 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-TALK, T-A-L-K, 8255, 273-8255 for the 1-800 hotline number. I think they're moving it into a special 3-digit, so it's going to be like 911, but directly for the hotline for the 3 digits, but I don't think that's happening yet. I think that's a bill proposed for a national federal standard, but hopefully that'll come through. But I just wanted to talk today just briefly about thoughts of suicide and suicidal tendencies and thoughts and feelings and depressions and all that kind of stuff, as I've personally had them since about the age of 11, I think. 11 or 12. I can't get specific, because I think for the most part, I mean, especially if you're being treated as an adolescent, a lot of times any thoughts and feelings, depending if you grow up in an avoidant household or a dismissive household, it's just basically passed off. It's like, oh, well, you know, everybody feels this way, or, well, just adolescence, just growing pains. First of all, anybody of any age comes to you, even joking. Don't take it as a joke. There's nothing funny about it. Don't regard it as a joke. Just take it very, very seriously, and they'll just, do they need help? Give them the 1-800 number. If you don't know how to deal with it, if you don't know what they're talking about and how to say it, just say, I don't really know what to make of what you're saying. Here's a 1-800 number. But especially with kids, don't dismiss it. Don't start quantifying and qualifying, well, you don't have it as good as this, or other people have it worse. Yeah, you're right. Other people will always have it worse. Middle hundreds had it worse. I'm surprised middle hundreds, people didn't just off themselves on a regular basis. Maybe we don't have those numbers, it doesn't matter. Don't minimize what the struggle is. Hey, I lost a stick. I'm feeling depressed. I want to kill myself. I lost my best friend. I lost both my parents. I've been locked in a basement for the last 12 years and I just escaped. Who knows? I can't deal with the trauma. First responder. You're being bullied at school. Whatever the stress is, but call that number. Talk to somebody. For me, I don't think I talked to anybody because I just felt that it would always be dismissed. Who's to talk to? It's just going to be somebody telling me that I'm asking for attention. So what? Go ask for attention. If you can't get attention from somebody, go find somebody to give you to. And I know there's a boundary. Like, are you going to be the person that keeps crying wolf because you're not getting? If that's you, hey, there's something else going on. Why are you needing all that attention? What's going on? Why can't you self-soothe? So to that point, as far as thoughts go, the more you obsess about it, it's not going to go away. Try to occupy yourself. If it wasn't for high school athletics, God almighty, who knows what would, I don't think I would have survived, for sure. Thoughts of death and end of all this, consciousness, certainly started, for me, for sure, I'm saying at least 7th grade. And I remember going on a cruise with my mother one time, for whatever reason, I don't know. I didn't want to go anywhere, but I ended up going, I think, through the Panama Canal. And the cruise is international waters, so you can get shit-faced drunk, and which I did. And then I'm on, listening to, for those of you familiar with the movie Lethal Weapon, and there's a soundtrack. The soundtrack is not all uplifting at all either. So I'm listening to that with my Sony yellow Walkman. Yeah, so I had enough privilege to get the Sony yellow Walkman, waterproof and all that. I'm on the bow. It's late night, and I think my mother was C6, so she's in the room, and I'm out there just contemplating. All I would need to do is just go over the edge and let go, and then it would be over, and then it would be done, and I could only, I'd be stuck. I wouldn't be able to yell out, like nobody's gonna save me. It would have been over. But then my mother would have, there wouldn't have been anybody, like the next day we would have been freaking out. But those initial thoughts, and the idea of not having a body to be found, I think, was the very thing that really stopped me then. I don't think, and I'm not looking to put myself in a 5150 situation. I mean, I think I'm very cognitive. I think I'm very aware of what my thoughts are. But you build them in a certain way during formative years, and it almost feels like it's hardwired. In fact, I'd be pressed to say that there's a day that goes by that I haven't thought about, not necessarily suicide, but just the death of it, or the end of all things, the inevitability of it. Now, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, I don't have anybody to orphan, I don't have anybody to widow. So maybe that's the existential, issue for me. But, for me, it's just the thoughts come and go. And that's what I know, is that it comes and goes. And then eventually it does go away. And it's not as loud as it was before. And I'm not as emotionally afflicted or mentally drained by such all-consuming thoughts. But during my formative years, for sure, enough to obsess about it, enough to come up with plans for it, elaborate plans. There was a sculpture in the high school where I was at, like that was on the first floor. I don't remember what year this was, but for whatever reason, you're having like a mental, jagged edge, pointed sculpture, and you can go off the second balcony, and I would just fantasize about just leaping off the balcony and just impaling myself. But what stopped me was the sheer horror of failing, and then I'm stuck there, impaled, still alive. Everybody comes out and laughs at my failed attempt, almost on a Heather's level, where is the attempt ridiculed? Is the attempt of suicide ridiculed? And that's what kept my thoughts at bay. Well, thoughts at bay from turning into action. But know that all those thoughts come and go. They come and they go. Just wait it out. Talk to somebody. If you can't find somebody that wants to talk to you about it, find somebody that will talk to you about it. 1-800, what is it, 273-8255, I said. Do it. Call it. Especially if you know certain people, it's times of the year that affects a lot of people. For me, it's almost rote at this point in time. I'm 46 years old. It's literally, I know the times of year it's going to come higher, more than others. So, in start of Suicide Awareness and Prevention Week, and in honor of the month, today's talk was just about thoughts and feelings, and just know that it'll ebb and flow, as all thoughts and feelings go. If you're feeling that way, surround yourself with people who will be better for you, not will egg you on, not will bully you, not will dismiss. Whoever you are, whether you're LGBTQ, whether you're a first responder, cop, EMT, firefighter, military, whatever it is that you're going through, whether or not you just had an accident and you're just plummeting into just despair, whether you're just a downtrodden drug addict or alcoholic, and you're hitting that rock bottom and wanting it all to just go away. All right, well, that's not death. That just means you want the sensations that you're feeling to go away. They will. I mean, very few things are chronic. And if something is chronic, then that'll be another issue that I'll discuss in the days to come. Tomorrow's is more about actions of suicide, but today's is about thoughts. And to that end, 1-800-273-8255. Okay? 273-TALKS. It's the National Suicide Help Hotline. Call it if you're in need. Know that all feelings will subside. It'll come and go. Find somebody to talk to that will talk to you honestly, or that will listen to you earnestly. Give yourself that chance. and I'll be sure to be here tomorrow to talk about the rest of it. So thank you very much for listening, and take good care of yourself. Happy Sunday.